Are you someone that's planning on moving to Texas from another state in 2024? Hold on. Before you pack your bags and head to the Lone Star State, there are some important things you should know about the lifestyle in Texas. As a trusted realtor serving clients across Texas, I've helped many families relocate here over the years. Hence, I like to be candid with you that while Texas has a lot to offer, it is definitely not for everyone. So let me share some of the honest insights about what it's like to really live here so you can decide if Texas is a good place for you to live and, of course, if it's a place where you want you and your family to be. Stay tuned, and for sure, we will go through all the details about what it's like living in Texas. Hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Natasha Carroll from Natasha Carroll Realty, your trusted realtor for all your real estate needs in the state of Texas. So you're thinking about packing up and heading to the Lone Star State this year, I'm sure? Well, hold your horses for just 1 minute. Before you start loading up your U-Haul, let me tell you about what moving to Texas from another state really means. Now, don't get me wrong. Texas has a lot to offer, from mouth-watering barbecue to wide open spaces. But like any big move, there are some surprises in store that might make you want to think twice, of course. Well, without further ado, let's quickly dive into the good, the bad, and the downright quirky aspects of Texas lifestyle that you might not have considered yet, of course. So, starting with weather extremes. Brace yourself for the Texas heat and, of course, the cold. One of the first things you'll notice after relocating to Texas from another state is that weather extremes overall. Texas summers are notoriously hot and humid, with temperatures regularly soaring above 100 degrees in Fahrenheit in many parts of the state. The heat can be obsessive, especially if you're coming from a cooler climate. So you need to take that in mind. Air conditioning is an absolute necessity here, and your electric bills will likely skyrocket during the summer months. But it's not just the heat you need to prepare for when you move to Texas. Texas winters can be unexpected, cold snaps, and even snow in some regions. The February of 2021 winter storm that left millions without power was a stark reminder that Texas infrastructure isn't always equipped to handle extreme cold weather. Many homes lack proper installation for freezing temperatures, and we saw a lot of that in February of 2021. So if you're considering a move, be prepared to invest in both cooling and heating systems for your home. You'll also want to stock up on both summer and winter clothing. Those flip-flops and parkers will both come in handy throughout the year. The weather extremes can take some getting used to, but of course, many Texans learn to embrace the variety. Just be ready for some wild temperature swings, whether it's hot one day and cold the next. Next on the list, we have traffic and commutes. Everything's bigger in Texas, including rush hour, of course, which all of us have to deal with. This is why you should move to Texas with realistic expectations about the transportation. If you're relocating to one of the Texas major cities like Houston, Dallas, or Austin, be prepared for significant traffic congestion. As these metro areas have boomed in recent years, road infrastructure hasn't always kept pace with the population and the growth that Texas is experiencing right now. In Houston, for example, the average one-way commute time is now over 30 minutes. During the peak hours, that commute can easily double or triple. Austin consistently ranks as one of the most congested cities in the nation for its size. Even smaller Texas cities, believe it or not, are seeing increased traffic as more people move into the state. To cope with the traffic, Many Texans structure their days, of course, around avoiding rush hour traffic. You may find yourself leaving for work early in the morning or staying late at the office to miss the worst part of the Houston traffic in Texas. Some opt for alternative transportation like buses or light rails where they're available, but public transit options are limited compared to other major U.S. cities that are out there. So if you're house hunting, carefully consider commute times to work, to school, and or other frequent destinations that you may have to visit. A home that seems ideally located could turn into a nightmare if you're spending hours each day stuck in traffic. As your realtor, I always encourage clients to do test drives of their potential commutes at various times of the day before committing to any particular property. The next big thing about moving to Texas is property taxes. The price of no state income and property taxes. One of the biggest financial surprises for many people who are moving to Texas from another state is, of course, Texas property taxes and that situation altogether. While Texas famously has no state income tax, it makes up for that with some of the highest property tax rates in the nation. The average effective property tax rate in Texas is around 1.80% compared to the national average of 1.07%. You may ask, what does this mean in practical terms, Natasha? On a $300,000 home, you could be paying over $5,400 per year in property taxes. That's $450 per month that needs to be factored into your housing budget on top of your mortgage payment. In some readily growing areas, rising property values have led to skyrocketing tax bills that are forcing long-term residents out of their homes altogether. There are some property tax breaks available, of course, such as your homestead exemption for your primary residence. Seniors, of course, and disabled individuals may qualify for additional exemptions. But overall, you should be prepared for a significant annual tax bill as Texas homeowners are. When you're looking at properties together, I always make sure to calculate the estimated property taxes so you will have a clear picture of the true cost of ownership in Texas. It's crucial to factor this into your budget when deciding how much of a house can you actually afford in Texas, not just the principal and interest, the taxes, of course, and the insurance. And finally, when it comes to moving to Texas in 2024, cultural adjustments. It's a world different in its own. The lifestyle in Texas can be quite different from other parts of the country, which leads to some cultural shock of some of our new residents. Texas has a unique blend of Southern hospitality, that Western independence, and increasingly international influences in its major cities. The cultural mix can be exciting, but it also requires an adjustment. You'll likely encounter more overt religious expressions in daily life, especially in smaller towns and rural areas. God bless Texas isn't just a saying. It's a way of life for many residents. Politics can also be a sensitive topic as Texans remain a predominantly conservative state despite growing liberal enclaves in its cities. Texas takes immense pride in its history and traditions, of course. You'll see the state flag flying everywhere, and events like rodeos and high school football games are community major gatherings. If you're coming from a more reserved part of the country, the exuberant Texas pride can feel overwhelming at first. Of course, food is another big part of the Texas culture that newcomers have to adapt to. Tex-Mex and barbecue reign supreme here in Texas, and portion sizes tend to be generous. If you're not used to spicy food, your taste buds may need some adjusting to. Liberal use of jalapenos and other peppers in many of the Texas dishes. so you have to be prepared. So embracing the local culture can help you feel more at home in Texas. Try attending some local events, sampling some local cuisine, and getting to know your neighbors. Texans are generally very welcoming to newcomers, but they are also appreciative and can appreciate when new residents make an effort to understand and respect local traditions. And so in a nutshell, my honest recommendation for you would be don't move to Texas in 2024 without doing your homework first. While there's a lot to love about the Lone Star State, it's important to go in with your eyes wide open about the challenges you and your family may face. From extreme weather to high property taxes, to cultural differences, Texas living comes with its own unique set of pros and cons. As your realtor, I'm here to help you navigate all aspects of relocating to Texas, from finding the right neighborhood to understanding local market trends. With proper preparation and, of course, realistic expectations, because you have to have that, you can decide if Texas is truly the right fit for your next chapter of your life, which is about being prepared, of course. So, if you want to learn more about the best places to live in Houston and its surrounding areas, make sure you subscribe and follow me here on all my socials. Don't forget to hit that like button if you found this video informative, and please share it with your friends and families. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, of course, to check out more of my videos that will be coming out. I'm looking forward to seeing you again. This is Natasha Carroll with Natasha Carroll Realty, your trusted realtor and guide for the Texas real estate market. See you on the next video. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye.